war. It has been very, very long. We should distress.
The thing is that we couldn't even get... My best friend, okay? My best friend was killed by the Ark Covenant. It's in Indiana Jones. It's in Indiana Jones. There's no way this is not true. But here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna tell Hitler.
No, we cannot. But we are here. We are queer. And we are ready to love each other. Do you have the condom?
I always carry protection with me.
Oh,
you know this. You know this.
This is why you are
I stay
best
strapped.
friend.
I stay strapped.
Okay, let's do this.
15 minutes later.
Okay, Peter, here's the deal. I need to know, right now, when is the last time you were tested? Because the moment I pulled out, I have been itching from head to toe.
I do not... listen...
I don't even know if this is a good German accent.
Listen, Heinrich, listen. We put on the condom, and you are saying that it is my fault that you are itchy. No, that is not how this works. You have problem, and now listen. It is not funny because now my entire asshole is itching everywhere.
I feel itches inside myself that I did not know could be itchy.
Do you want to do it again?
Oh, I definitely peaked there. That was
just one more time.
I mean, here's the deal. I'm not going to stop itching.
I have another condom.
Here's the deal too. Like, you know that the British soldiers had some like ancestors that like went, to America, to Wisconsin later. So it's like the same thing. Like 30 years prior in World War II, their grandparents were like, the British soldiers are like, hey, hello, do you want to drop some mushrooms? And they drop some...
What is that?
It's a British accent, I don't know.
No.
It's definitely not... No. I was in London not long ago. That's how they talked. Anyways.
Oh, did you know that Parker went overseas? Parker's traveled before.
I'm cultured.
Wow.
I'm cultured. No. But, like, they were like... they take mushrooms, and they're like... Some dude just, like, sits up. He's just like... We should put itching powder on their condoms. And that's, like, the old... Like,
Get them where it counts.
We gotta get them where it counts. That's, like, such a funny prank. I love it. I love it so much.
Parker.
Yeah.
What's next?
This one is, like, National Treasure.
It's just National Treasure?
Yeah, that movie was fucking awful. It was the greatest prank ever pulled on the American people. No, it's referenced to in National Treasure. Benjamin Franklin used to write letters to newspapers under, like, different pseudonyms, and he would often write as a female, and it got to the point where one of his characters was named Silence Dogood. Or, to the point where... Sorry, I botched that. I botched that reading. I was still thinking about Peter and Heinrich and their intense love affair. So he would often write as a female, and it got to the point where his character named Silence Dogood was getting proposed to through the paper.
Here's the problem.
He was a pre-modern day Banksy.
But here's the thing. Why would you ever, and I know times were different. It was different back then. They didn't like black people back then. But how do you propose over print? Over print? I wouldn't even do it in a text. And here's the thing. You know that shit took forever. They didn't have keyboards back then.
They'd individually go in and put each block in the guy who was doing it at the newspaper printing press was just like, I fucking hate this job.
He's like, what the fuck?
Silence.
Am I
He's
doing?
like, I watched Benjamin Franklin bring that letter in. I know that Silence Dogood is a man.
I can't tell anybody. It was the first, probably not the first, but it was one of the first recorded catfishes.
That's... Yeah. That's true.
Get Nev.
Can you just imagine? Like, I don't even know if I could do a Benjamin Franklin voice.
He probably talks a lot like, "Oh, my name is Silence Dogood."
No. This is my impersonation of Benjamin Franklin doing Silence Dogood. Hey guys, it's me, Silence Dogood, back here with another letter in the Boston Post. Here's the deal, you guys. We gotta take that tea and we gotta get it out into the harbor, okay? And some dude was like, I need to marry that girl. She
will be mine. She will be mine.
Yeah, that's funny. But that's straight into your favorite.
It's my favorite prank of all time. The Boston Tea Party.
Yes.
Because here's the thing, it wasn't even a tea party. They just threw that bitch in the water.
It was for the fishes.
And it's kind of fucked up because they were like, you know what? We live here, but we're going to dress up like the Native Americans. Gotcha. And then it's like, what do you fucking do? You got all this shit in the water. It's probably not good for the ships.
Yeah. I will say, I don't think, cultural appropriation is real. Mm-hmm. But can you imagine going into work? Like, let's say that you're a guy and you work with a British guy.
Okay.
Who is, I don't know what they would call him historically, an imperialist? Or people who sympathized with the crown.
They were loyalists.
Loyalists. Thank you. Sorry. So let's say you go into work with a loyalist, and the loyalist,
he's like,
was like at the dock, like doing something for the, and he was like, "What the fuck, Kevin?" And he's like, I saw you dressed up as a Native American, and Kevin's like, "No, you didn't."
He's like, "You still have paint on your face."
It was a wild weekend, all right?
So he's like trying to catch me. He's like, "So, what'd you do last night?"
I went out for some tea with out for a beer with a buddy.
Yeah?
Did you
see, have you ever been to the harbor?
Yeah, I was actually there not too long ago with my fiance, Silence Dogood.
Oh, you don't say. You don't say. That's, Okay, well, we're going to write that down and send it to the Crown. He's going to love this.
Wasn't it King Richard?
No.
What was it? Who was it? I don't know.
It was George.
It was King George. I don't know.
It was King James.
I was going to try to make a joke about King Richard, and if you really wanted to be like...
King Dick.
He's going to say King Dick. That's so funny.
King George the Third.
It's not applicable anymore. That was it.
It's fine. You had your chance, and
I blew it.
You did blow it. You did.
Here's what I think is the greatest prank of all time.
Okay.
Now, these were funny, and fucking... Hey, guys, we're going to take the Statue of Liberty, we're going to put it in the lake. That's funny as shit. Right? But the funniest prank of all time is captured on my favorite television series. Not
Jackass 2.
Television. I was going to say television series turned franchise. Jackass 2. It's at the end of the film. They get Danger Aaron, and they dress him up like a stereotype, which this joke would not fly today. Mm-hmm. Rightly so. But I think it's funny that they got him because he was like, yeah, I'll dress up in a stereotypical way. And it's like, fuck you for doing that. We're going to prank the shit out of you. And they kidnap him, and they convince him that all his friends are getting shot.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's just funny.
Oh my god.
They throw him in the back of a cab, like the trunk. And they just drive in like circles, and they're clanging together two pieces of wood, so it sounds like he's just doing drive-bys.
Oh my god.
No, it's fucked up. It's
I'm gonna have to
find
it. Can I find it somewhere?
Have you never seen it?
No.
You haven't seen this? Oh my gosh.
No.
I spoiled it for you. But okay. They pop the hood open, and everyone's standing there, and they're like flipping him off and stuff, and they're like, fuck you. And he's like, he gets out of the car, and he's like, very funny. And then they're like, hey, guess what? So they put this like fake beard on him, right? Mm-hmm. And they wrapped it up to make it look like it was actually like fake hair. But all the cast members had just shaved their pubes
into
a box. So they glued it to his face, And he's like, ha ha ha, that's the joke, right? It's funny because you put pubes on my face. And John Knoxville's like, yeah! And that's the end of the movie. It's the greatest prank in the 21st century. I stand by that.
Oh, okay. Well, here's a real life one. This is someone we know.
Mm-hmm.
We employ. Who's experienced this?
And she wrote our outline, so legally we have to talk about it.
We do. We do. Or
no,
she
actually,
could
this story
sue
is very
us.
funny, though.
It is a good one. So everyone knows. Everyone. I wonder if they do this everywhere, or if this is like an American thing,
I feel like it's...
or like a Southern thing.
I don't know, because I don't really... Well, no, because my mom's from New York, and they did something like that, if I remember correctly.
So everyone in high school has a senior prank. You know, that's just a thing. You're leaving, so you get them good, and then you get the fuck out of there, okay?
Yeah.
So, thank you, manager, for this one. So it was their time to do senior prank. Okay. So, here's the idea. They're going to throw a pool party. Okay. But, while they're planning all this, they somehow get in touch with a couple of police officers, who then give them the number for the sheriff. And this is a small town, so like this is shit that you can do, I guess. I don't know. So they throw a pool party in the freshman quad. You know,
which doesn't make a lot of sense.
that's
Because
kinda
if it's
funny,
a
though.
small town, why the fuck do they have a pool in their quad?
They brought their own pool.
Oh.
It's like kiddie pool. And, you know, everybody's...
I'm very sorry for lashing out. I also just came from a small town, and I was very envious of a small town as well that had a pool. Because here's the thing, there's nothing old P-boy loves more than just sliding right in to some chlorinated water.
It's very true. You love to swim.
I love swimming.
You really do.
It's like one of my favorite things to do, and now that it's warming up again, ooh, baby.
It's about that time.
The itch needs to be scratched, much like Peter and Heinrich.
So there's a pool party in the freshman quad. Freshmen are coming out of class. You know, all the seniors have skipped class. They're partying. Everybody's got fucking lays on. They brought their fucking Hawaiian shirts that are opened all the way so that you can see their one chest hair.
Not a single face without a zit.
They're squirting freshmen with the water guns. With water
I'm
guns.
sorry, they're just squirting everywhere.
Just squirting all over the place with water guns. They're throwing water balloons. They're having a great time. And here's the thing. The vice principal's in on this. So she's like, she phones him in. Principal, whatever the fuck. Could you come and deal with this, please? Get these seniors back in class. Get these freshmen a fresh pair of clothes. Get them dried off, please. And thank you. So
and he radios back. He's like, "You're the fucking vice principal. Like, isn't that your shit? Like, I'm big picture. You're every day."
The principal walks outside. He's trying to calm everything. He's trying to get everyone back in the class that they need to be in.
Hey! Stop humping that girl!
No more squirting!
No more squirting! You guys quit humping right now!
And then you hear, whoop! That's a siren. That's what sirens sound like in my head. I tried to do it, and it didn't work. And then the cops just fucking rush.
That's a
clown siren.
Oh.
Like a bike horn.
I was trying to do a siren.
It was not good. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
I will say, like, very quick side note. In London, it was the sirens legitimately sound like Pac-Man.
That's
it was
crazy.
Like wappa 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 wappa. It was the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, I audibly laughed out loud when one rode past,
Yeah.
and my dad was like, "What's so funny?" And I was like, "You're not fucking hearing that shit." I had like 4 Bud Lights at that point. I don't know if it was actually that
nothing
funny.
like a good BL. So the principal hits the quad, and immediately cops are swarming the area. And they get him against the wall. They're getting him in handcuffs. He has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Been there, brother.
He's being arrested in front of his school.
Been there, brother.
And they get him all the way into the car, where all of the seniors are crowding the car, videoing him being taken to jail. And when the cops are finally like, "Do you know why we're arresting you?" That's how every cop talks.
Yeah.
"Do you know why we're arresting you?" He's like, no, please tell me what is going on.
My uncle's a cop, and I can confirm.
And they tell him that he's being arrested for holding seniors against their will.